Hello, you're watching Parrot Reviews and this is Crumple Zone. Will it grind my gears or will it be a gas? Let's give it a bash! According to the Steam page, Crumple Zone is old school arcade crash racing. It's inspired by games from the 90s and 2000s like Destruction Derby, which I used to play on PlayStation 1 quite a lot. And the game blurb says its goal is to bring back the simple, colourful and timeless fun of ridiculous car smashing. The action takes place across 5 tracks and 4 derby arenas. On the tracks you're racing, and in the arenas you're battling, but as per usual there's a little bit more to it than that. In this game the winner's not just who gets over the finish line first, it's who gets the most crash points. Finishing in a good race position will award bonus points, but you'll need to earn a majority of your crash points by running into your opponent's cars. In a career mode cutscene, the game told me that the rule is fastest vehicle in a collision gets awarded the crash points and the slower one takes the most damage. It's a simple system that works really well for this kind of arcade destruction. Your AI opponents are named with typical 90s destruction based style. They've got names like General Mayhem, Jailbird, the Surgeon, the Librarian. Though I don't think this librarian will be doing any cataloguing today, unless it's in 796.7. There are 3 game modes: Arcade, Campaign and Local Multiplayer. Arcade lets you choose any unlocked car and track from unlockable Amateur, Pro or Elite classes. Campaign gives you a full-on progressive career that took me around 5 hours to complete. You can also customise your car, with new paint jobs being unlocked for completing certain events. The customization lets you choose colours, wheels, graphics and a pattern type, just enough to be able to call it your own. I don't have any fruit, but I do have a cardo. Graphics wise, you've got cars, tracks, sky, particles, destruction. It's all good. The damage system works really well as the panels get bent out of shape and crumple up nicely. I find the way that the bonnet, or hood if you talk like that, crumples up into a fold the way it does is really satisfying. Everything's instantly recognisable. The crowd are a bit stiff, but this is a destruction game. If you're looking at the crowd, you're probably going too slow. The tracks are clearly marked and you're never confused about where to go. Physics wise, the developers totally nailed the handling to be similar to amusement arcade machine racing or older console racing titles. The only criticism I do have is that there's no handbrake. This means you have to tap the brakes to try to get the weight shifting to drift around corners, and it can be a little frustrating sometimes because most of the cars do have a tendency to understeer. Having a handbrake would be really helpful for getting that back end out when you're trying to manoeuvre around some tighter bends, but the game's still a ton of fun without it, as some cars do drift easier than others. If you want to challenge a friend to some car bashing mayhem, Crumple Zone provides a 2-player split screen mode. You can play against each other or add some bots into the mix too. I think it works really well and it picked up my controllers automatically, so technically it was as smooth as a new V8. As for AI opponents, they're suitably aggressive in arenas and suitably aggressive on the track. They don't trap you very often and the way they drive tends to make a lot of sense. Arena battles do suffer from a little bit of being able to drive around in circles, but that's par for the course. The AI does seem to do a pretty good job of trying to break that up at least. Sounds are well tuned. Engines sound meaty and full of roar, which is exactly what I want from a game like this. Music's modern enough not to sound like cheese, but retro enough to perfectly suit the game's style. It's loud, it's fun, and it's a little bit retro. It's a bit like a classic car. It all fits together well and it does what it's supposed to. If you'd like to relive the golden era of over-the-top vehicular destruction, you can grab it on Steam for around 18 Canadian dollars. In my opinion, that's well worth it to support such a talented developer and get your hands on such a lovingly crafted gem of a racing game. It's smashing. Oh, come on, you knew it was coming. Until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, subscribe, and boom boom shake the room. You never know, I might make some more. Goodbye.